So I finally broke Bunny, where I ended up farming the best in slot set bonus to make her one of the most disgustingly broken nukes in the entire game, destroying everything in hard mode, literally trivializing it. I know what you're looking at. I know you're not looking at me. That's exactly why I'm doing it. What's good, folks? It's Nightmare Frame here with a new First Descendant video, coming at you with literally, I would say right now, the best Bunny loadout that you'll ever see out there. I fully min-maxed this Bunny loadout where I put in 5 crystallization catalysts. It's annoying to pronounce that word. I'm just gonna call them catalysts. I put 5 catalysts on there, fully maxed the mods, and I managed to farm the entire Executioner set bonus, making her a nuke, literally bringing Warframe into First Descendant. I managed to do 400 million damage with Bunny, not using a single gun. Now, for those wondering, what is the Executioner set bonus? Well, here it is, the Supernova set. So the 2-piece set, it gives you electrical skill power modifier, 8.6%. That's already a nice boost to your damage. However, take a look at the bottom part. We don't care about the fusion skill power modifier. No, that's not important. We want the rest of it. Let's read the other part. On electrical skill attack upon an enemy inflicted with electrocution, activates Executioner's Thunderbolt at the target's location. So if you ever fought the Executioner, you know he does that little thunderstorm, taka, taka, those little circles that explode over time. That's literally what you're doing, dealing additional electrical damage, equivalent to 100% of your skill modifier. The first piece, the auxiliary power, gives me max shield and also gives me max HP. The module drop rate, not the best thing in the world, but we got max HP, which is really nice. Additional survivability. And then take a look here. We got MP recovery in combat and max MP, which is really nice to help out our second ability. With this set, I was running a bit way too much, non-stop. I didn't deactivate my 2 for a really long time. And then here we got defense boost, while having a defense bonus. So that's double defense, pretty nice. Gold drop rate, it's okay. Would have loved another damage multiplier. And the last piece, I got defense, max shield, and an elemental damage resistance. Always great to have elemental damage resistance. I do have other pieces, as I farmed Executioner quite a lot last night. Of course, looking at the Reactor, which gives me electrical damage and singular damage on the boost ratio. And since I'm mounting the Thunder Cage, I get that juicy 160% bonus, thanks to that optimization condition. At the bottom, I get skill critical damage. Always great to have any type of damage boost on your Reactor. I can even use this version, and this grants me that electrical skill boost ratio. All I have to do is mount an Albion Cavalry. To be honest, I could even try that right now. And plus, this Albion Cavalry really suits my Bunny's fashion. But let's go demonstrate how this build looks like. Alright, so I just came to the Kuiper farm just to demonstrate this build right now. Have a look. You see that little thunderbolt that just fell from the sky? That's this Executioner's passive right there. Boom. But enemies are just dying way too quickly right here. Not even a chance. It's gonna activate this ability. Boom. 532,000 damage. That's big. So yeah, you can see the damage. It's crazy damage. I mean, there's also the fact that these guys are weak to electric, but you know, we're just here to flex damage, boys. Dead, 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 dead. This is just too stupid. Everything is dying. Oh my god, the damage. Yeah, so this is why Bunny makes things so trivial when you're farming. Alright, so we're back in Albion to take a look at the Bunny build. So you already know the set bonus, what it does, as I showcased it. You already know the Reactor, and if you want to know where to farm good reactors for your Bunny build, for the third ability, I do have my other Bunny video where I show you some good Reactor farm spots. And of course, this one synergizes with this weapon because it gives me bonus critical damage and electric power boost ratio. So that's always nice to have. Not the biggest, but it's pretty good to have. Now the Bunny build itself, you can see fully maxed mods, not a single unranked mod this time around. And what's even better is that everything is filled except the skill modules, but don't worry about that. the bunny skill modules aren't, let's be honest, they're not that great. There are two that are useful in some cases, you just never need them. And if I were to recommend you a bunny skill module, then it will be electric transition. This will reduce how much you charge the second meter, but it does give you some shield regen. So if you want some survivability, whatever, yeah, you can do it. And you also have electric condense. There are people who like this, but not really my thing. So you can try out either one. And the other one, I don't recommend, to be honest. I really don't recommend. But once I get all of the bunny augments, I will do a complete test on every single one, and I'll rank them on how good they are and whether they're worth using. But going back to the build, I do have my health and defense, very important to have on any descendant because this is really good survivability. From what I've seen when people show me their builds is that they just put every single mod they can fit into the build without ranking up any mods. Filling every single mod slot doesn't mean you're going to do more damage or survive better. No. Focus on few things. Level up the mods to then get a better value for the time you've put into these mods. Are regular players who are not going to spend some money into the game going to have the same thing I have? Yes. Will it take longer? Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. Now, for those wondering how many catalyzation catalysts I put on my bunny, well, 5. I've invested 5. Now, granted, you do get 3 by just playing the game, and then you can farm the parts and craft yours. It does take a lot of time to max out mods, and I was grinding for hours and hours on end. I did 2 16-hour streams back to back, just grinding out these mods to level them up. And here we are. I'm going to go over and repeat myself as I did in the previous bunny video. Starting off with skill insight, this gives you 115% crit chance. Now, you may look over here, you'll see that's a lot of crit because of front lines and this. This is not the actual crit that you're getting on your abilities. This is just the applied value. Unlike guns, you cannot press tab here. You need to go to this section here and see your final crit stats. Now, I do have 24% crit chance. I'm hitting a lot of enemies, so they're bound to crit. And when it crits, I'm going to deal 2.4 times the damage when I do crit. Hence why you're going to see a lot. Now, this crit damage is multiplying all of our damage because remember, we have our skill modifiers and our electric boost modifiers. And when we crit, all of that is multiplied thanks to our critical damage. My range is maxed out to 15 meters. Remember, we still have an additional range mod that we can use, but no need to use that. I'll rather go for more damage. So with skill expansion and frugal mindset, I get a decent amount of range already. And plus, I'm adding on to that range thanks to the explosions from the Supernova set. Electrical Master over here gives me that skill power and electric skill power modifier, along with Focus Singular. Remember, the third ability is singular. You can see right there, singular, okay? Electric damage and singular. So these multiply that damage because it's better to have more on Electric Master than it is on Focus Electric. Now, front lines here is my skill crit damage and it gives me some crit chance. So again, this crit chance and this crit chance are additive to each other. It will give me 143%, which is a 2.43 times multiplier on our crit. So that 2.4 times 10 will give you 24. Very, very simple math. Skill cost reduction, also very important because it reduces the amount that we drain from the second ability. Notice how it has 19 MP drain per second compared to the 25 that we originally have. And if we had a larger mana pool, our speed will last longer. Luckily enough, I was able to get some max MP from here. And remember that duration isn't as important on Bunny if you're using her third ability. You want to have cooldown reduction. Pay attention to that cooldown right there. It's originally 30 seconds, but with a cooldown reduction, it goes down to 20. It will still be pulsing while the ability is ready to go. So once it's done pulsing, you can just reactivate it. So that means you'll have 100% uptime on the third ability, as long as you keep on moving and don't let your electrical meter run out. So the more you run, you build up the electrical meter, and having a higher electrical meter, that's a damage multiplier already. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is right now the best Bunny loadout that you can have. You can nuke everything. You trivialize content. You literally trivialize content until you get to bossing. Bossing is a completely different story, where your abilities aren't that necessary and you can use them just to get around or clear ads if you want to. The fourth ability can be okay against bosses, but just stick to your guns. Your guns will do a lot more damage. Anyway, folks, that has been it from this new and improved Bunny Guide. If you've enjoyed and learned something from this video, please do feel free to leave a like, share, and subscribe. For more First Descendant content, streams, and so much more, do refer to the description. Thanks for watching, and as always, a peace. Bye-bye now. Oh yeah, stay tuned for the Freyna and Glay builds. Stay tuned.